Good morning, everybody. Good evening to half of you. The other half over yonder, or over yonder. I got y'all on both sides of me. Reading through the Bible together in 2023, my friends. Starting today in Numbers chapter 16. And I got to go to town, y'all. I don't remember when the last time was I went, but I got to go to town today. I don't like going to town. I like staying right here. Right here is where I like staying. If I was at a pretty place, I'd be out exploring, checking out all of God's beautiful creations. But there ain't none here. It's a barren city sitting on top of a hill. Hills has no trees, no flowers, nothing to look pretty. So I just sit right here and be happy. And I got a plan. Y'all. Been doing a lot of research and studying besides in here. I'm not ready to reveal that plan right now. I'm not even sure if I can reveal it on public media that goes all over the world. I probably will, but not yet. Not yet. All right. Chapter 16 of Numbers. And y'all, I got something in both eyes. I don't know what. It feels like a railroad tie. I forgot what one of y'all called them. And a joke he told me. But anyway, that big 8-foot long board that's about 10 inches by 8 inches in measurement. It feels like I got one in both eyes. And I've used eye drops several times this morning already, and it feels like they're still there. So I don't know what happened. It happened in my sleep last night, but my sheets are clean. My house is clean. Oh, speaking about that, I don't know why that reminded me of this, but plumber showed up again yesterday. I called him like 3 weeks ago. He's been out twice already, now 3 times for the same problem. And he still didn't fix it. The drains for the 2 sinks in the kitchen, the left sink and the right sink has a little pipe that comes down sort of U-shape. And then those 2 pipes connects to one that goes into the main drain out the sewer. They keep falling down. I've never lived in a house with that kind of problem before. And I told him last time, I said, now if it doesn't work this time, and that was the second time he had fixed it, I can't bend over to do it. If I could bend over, I could fix it in 15 minutes, but I can't bend over. And I tell him how to do it, and he doesn't listen to me. And he fixed it again yesterday the same way he fixed it before. And I told him last time, I said, next time you come, when I saw he did it the same way as the first time, I said, it's not going to last because you're not doing it right. I said, the next time you come, I want it done right. And I said, I'll pay you double what I've been paying you. And he said, okay. And he showed up yesterday, gave me 3 minutes notice that he was coming, which doesn't matter to me. I'm here all the time anyway. I did have to put my pants on though. And that took the whole 3 minutes with my broke leg. But he fixed it just like he did before. He said, well, I just don't have time right now. He's off on the weekends. Anyway, I get everything up here frustrates the heck out of me. it's stuff that I know how to do, stuff I've done since I was in my early 20s. I just physically cannot do it now. If I could physically do it, it would have been fixed right 2 or 3 months ago. So I'm having to wash all of my dishes in the bathroom sink, and that thing isn't but about that big around. The big pot that I have that I cook the chicken and dumplings in, that I cook the vegetable soup in before that, that I cook spaghetti in often. And it's not a big pot, it's, maybe that tall and that big around, but it won't fit in the bathroom sink. So it's a hard pot to wash. And it's dirty again from the chicken and dumplings. It's sitting in the sink full of water and dish soap. And I gotta drag it into the bathroom and wash it in the bathroom sink again. So I'm flapping my jaws too much, y'all. Let me hush and get going. Oh, and I bought a new faucet for it. Let me show you that thing. Y'all see that? It's one of those tall kind. I wanted one like this for several years for my canning, water bath canning pot, because that thing is huge. It is 3 times, 4 times bigger than the one that I use for all my soup. And I need this. And this part right here, grab a hold of it and pull it down, and you can wash all kind of stuff. So, and I wanted him to put that on, and he left it. He didn't put it on either. And that's a 5-minute job. All right, I better hush and start reading the Bible. I'm already at 7 minutes. All right, I'll just give you all 2 chapters and be done here. But I gotta lay down because my back is hurting. Not lay down, but prop on my elbow to take some of the tension off my back. Chapter 16 of the book of Numbers. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On. How would you like to be named On? Come here, On. Take out the trash, On. The son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his, and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him, even him whom he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This do, take your censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, Seemeth it but a small thing unto you that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also? For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of a land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very wroth, and said unto the Lord, Respect not thou their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron, tomorrow. And take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell upon their faces, and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Bam, yo. Goodness gracious. So they get up from the tabernacle of Dora, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all of these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord hath not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up, with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods, they and all that appertained to them, went down alive into the pit. And the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hallowed. The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offered them before the Lord, therefore they are hallowed. And they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers, and wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger which is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he be not as Korah and as his company, as the Lord said to him by the hands of Moses. But on the morrow all the congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. I am so anxious for when the glory of the Lord appears and zaps my butt out of here. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their faces. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly into the congregation, and make an atonement for them, for there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people, and he put on incense, and made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. I'm going to give you one more chapter. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers, of all their of all of all of all their princes according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for 1 rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers, and thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod whom I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. I would like that. And Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord unto all the children of Israel, and they looked and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, Bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony, to be kept for a token against the rebels, and thou shalt quiet take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. And Moses did so as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? All right, that got us through the 17th chapter of the book of Numbers. And I reckon I better cut it off there. All right. I got to finish getting dressed and get into town, all 10 or 11 blocks away from here. I got some banking business to do, and just diagonally across the street from the bank is the grocery store. And so I'm going to run in there and get me some sherbet, because I've been out of sherbet for 2 or 3 weeks. Hadn't been to the store in that long, or longer. And I think that's all I need. I think I got everything else. I didn't cook yesterday, since my chicken and dumplings that was supposed to last me 4 or 5 days got scorched and were still in the pot that I cook with. I got 2 cabinets over yonder full of pots, and in the storage room, the second bedroom behind me here, I've got the big pots that covers the whole top of my stove almost. So I got plenty of pots. I just like to use the same one over and over and over. Anyway, I didn't get anything cooked yesterday, so I ate a can of pork and beans and a can of Vienna sausage. That was my 2 meals for yesterday. I got plenty of those. I love pork and beans, and I like baked beans, and I make the best baked beans in the world. I may cook some of that today, but when I do that, that's just enough for 2 or 3 meals, not 4 or 5. But that's some good stuff, y'all. Ooh, the spices I put in them, not many people can eat them, but they sure are good. They sure make my innards happy. All right, I got to get out of here. Got to saddle up my horse and ride off into the sunset. Oh, wait, the sun's just coming up. It's not ready to set yet. I'll ride into the sunrise. I love y'all. I bet y'all never met anybody as goofy as me, did you? And you know what? I wasn't that goofy until I moved up here. Must be the high altitude or the cold weather or something making me goofy. Anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's a fact. I do. And those of you who have started emailing me, I love that too. I just don't go to my email box very often. So if you send me an email, you might tell me in a comment here that you sent me an email. Whenever you send it, that'll remind me to go check it. And if y'all haven't seen my email, I keep meaning to put my email address up in my About Me section of my YouTube, and I keep forgetting. I didn't want it public for a long time, and I tried to set up a new email address and couldn't figure out how. I got about 30 floating around out there somewhere that I set up over the years, but I can't remember how to do stuff like that now, so I don't do it anymore. So I'm going to use one, my main one, the one that I use for everything, the one that I can remember. I just don't go to it often. But if you tell me you wrote, then I'll go check it. My email address is my name, all one word with no space, and that is StanAppling@yahoo.com. Stan Appling at Yahoo. I set one up for hanging out with Stan, a Gmail account, hanging out with Stan, just like my YouTube. But I don't know how to get in it, so don't write me there, because it'll go off into outer space and I'll never know it's there. I'll get off here. God bless you, friends.